Now, the very act that occurred when the two angels, or the two men, which were angels that came in the form of men, came to went to Lot's house to tell him and his family, and Lot was saved and his family. Oh, that's the scripture of Paul. You shall be saved in your house. So guess what? His daughters were saved and his wife was saved, but his wife looked back because she loved the city. She loved the city. All right. It reminds me of this sitcom before any of you were even born, called Green Acres. I forget the guy's name, but Eva Gabor. You had the Gabor sisters. It's not Buddy Epson. There's another guy, and he was rich and he wanted to go live on a farm, but his wife, Eva Gabor, played by Eva Gabor, she wanted to stay in the city, and like if you go to YouTube and you put the Green Acres theme song or whatever, it's about how they're singing, but they're fighting against. Like, she wants to stay in Manhattan. She wants all the stuff that Manhattan Park Avenue gives you. And then part of the lyric is, she says, "Darling, I love you, but give me Park Avenue." Now, if you live on Park Avenue, you are rich. You are making good money. You're talking about an apartment. You're talking about millions of dollars. If you're renting, you're talking about maybe $10,000 a month. Where do these devils get that money? They don't work hard. Because this is their power seat. All right. Jacob pitch a bitch for $1,500. $1,500. You got people down there buying houses, paying $10,000 a month to live in a house and pay on time. So his thing was going to the farm, and then ultimately the last part of the opening scene of the intro, he grabs her and pulls her, and then they wind up in some farm somewhere in the West. But it was funny, it was a comedy sitcom. But so when you think of Sodom's Lot's wife, like I said, that should, if you watch that show, that should come to. Just put it in YouTube. Put in Green Acres opening song or whatever, theme song or whatever. It should come up. But at the end of it, he grabs her and pulls her, because they're married. He pulls her, and they wound up, because back then, when you took your marriage vows, one of the vows that you took was to the woman, do you promise to obey? And they took that out. Maybe the late 70s, early 80s. They just took that whole out. So that's one reason why you be a stupid ass to get married, to get legally married. Like them knuckleheads at IUIC. Because when they get married, they say, you got to be put on paper. And when they say that, that means you got to go to the law. You got to go to Esau and have it put on paper that you join, which is nothing but a business transaction. That's why when a marriage splits up, she gets half. Why does she get half, for you dummies out there? Because a marriage is a business contract. Marriage is a business contract. That's all it is. When two companies get together, it's called merge, where you get the word, the root word goes in, the word marriage goes into merge. Marriage means to merge in the English. Now, it's something different in the Greek and the Hebrew, but it means to marry, two coming together, like two businesses coming together. So you dummies out there don't understand, man. So and another thing, man, do not get legally married. Don't get Esau's paperwork. Now, if you're part of the congregation, you can have it on paper. You can write your own certificate of marriage. And back there, we go back to the 30s and 40s, the founding fathers. They didn't go to no government to get married. The people in the town just knew that they were married, man. And they might have wrote something up. So what the hell are these guys talking about? And read the account of Isaac and Rebecca. He never saw Rebecca and Rebecca never saw him, Isaac. And it was already arranged by Abraham with his brother, one of his brother. You know, you had two brothers. It was Abraham, Haran, and Nahor. One of them had died. So Rebecca came out of that union. And so, like I said, Abraham had already set it up. That's going to be my son's wife. She was obviously gorgeous. I mean, she was gorgeous, because as soon as Isaac saw this woman, he just grabbed her. Or I think she was on a horse, if I'm not mistaken. You know, people on a horse. I believe it was a horse, and the servant came and said, "Who's that?" "Oh, that's your wife." And he said, "Okay." Took her in the tent and popped it. There was no paper. The servant would say, "All you got to do, Isaac, is sign this paperwork, and then you can consummate." No, they didn't do that. You got married because the father, whether they put it in paperwork or not. Man, you can put it in paperwork. But the IUIC tell you to go to Esau's, court and get married. So when a woman becomes disenchanted, that's a hot mess. Because now you got the government, you got Esau's government involved. So that's some stupid ass advice,